Next up, we have Danielle Wheeler. Danielle Wheeler was born in the Midwest and was the Rona Jaffe Fellow at the Iowa Writers Workshop, where she completed her MFA. Her chapbook, Teenage Exorcists, is available from Slim Princess Holdings. Danielle.
Thanks for coming. I wanted to read at Malvern since I moved here. It's like a very welcoming place. So I'm so glad to be here. Also, I love this stand is like making me flash back to high school band in the best way. And that's great because all my poems are kind of high school related. So the first one's from my chapbook, which is about teenagers kind of like being spooky. So, thanks again for coming. This poem is called Mall Madness. I don't steal. What's the layer beneath the top of the brain? Am I growing older? Nail decals, $4.69 and glitter. I am getting wrinkles already. I want it. The mascara, lines, cotton wool flags for the game tomorrow, and plastic tubs of vegetables. Is something happening I don't know about? They bark at the moon, I know that, though I've never seen it. A can of dogs, a bag of dried beans that bore me. Don't clean, not tonight. It's time to go home to it. I don't know how to get home to it. I don't know how to get home at all. To take the truck, you have to turn left quickly. To get out of line, you have to know when to abandon yourself. Leave your space. Don't leave a gap for it. They want everything up front, so get out of line with your soul. I'm learning how to brush it out silkier without breaking the strands. There is a gaping hole in me. I have a dress that's cute, but too tight. But it looks pretty good. The donuts were made yesterday. They look good too. Probably there's so much. Probably there's too much. I don't buy CDs. I was like only 10 back when CDs were still a thing. I can ignore the rows of TV with some sorrow, and when I need, I forget. What is that smell? Is it oil? Oil is actually beneath us all. I kind of like the smell. I feel comforted in the passenger side. I feel the blood oil of a million years. I feel religious. My first and last poem will involve them all. I have two in between it. This is called The Children's Museum. It's from a new manuscript I'm working on. And they all kind of start the children's something, which I'm not sure if it's like too much, the children's post. This is a children's museum. I take a bus of preteen nurses to the dome in the center of the city. Admission is free with a donation of 3 feet of coiled wire or a rosary. In the entranceway, 5th graders with sleeping bags and shovels evade their teachers. The frescoes of birds and Spider-Mans fighting to get to the dinosaur wings. Triassic, the circus room. Jurassic, where Mira stays to explore the rock wall. And Cretaceous, the quietest, where we can touch the cool marble walls of the Byzantine. Victoria follows. That's where she'll sleep. The ships are being built in the next exhibit, and that's history, Claire said. The one with the signs directing to the cafeteria, with the hieroglyphic gifs. Maybe it's social studies, where Simone and Una already are picking the fruit from the trees, $4 a piece. The Hall of Democracy, Jan reads, is being renovated. Try the monument to World War 23. But Laura consults the glossary. Down the right hall is science, with the cutouts of babies and the choir. We go there. Ella adopts them all. We hear from the space wing to the left, where Ashney is making dream catchers. Their voices echo like angels, wrapped in blankets, and pass through to the other sides, which are math, the room of stars, or calligraphy, Youngsa's choice, where you can use the actual quills or extinct birds to transcribe your mother. But I like the math wing. I like counting the constellations and the piano keys. In literature and arts, though, I tell Carolyn, they'll check your teeth for free. And the heart is in the center thumping. Sarah stretches out her hands on the glass. Oh, my mouth, she says, I love you. Give me serenity. And this is called social studies, a subject that I never knew what that really meant, like what social studies in school. I don't know if they still teach that. Social studies. In my school, we named ourselves horse girls, or unicorn girls, before we moved on to become either ancient Egypt girls or Greek goddesses. On field trip days, we'd go to the statue of Black Hawk and dig for arrowheads in the sand. Sometimes we'd watch the blacksmith at the Victorian village in the city. Or we'd go to the Milwaukee Field Museum. They have an ancient Egypt exhibit, and we'd get to eat sticks of gift shop rock candy and touch the papier-mâché tombs where no one is buried. No one's father's father, or even, we figured, our great-grandfathers, were buried standing in stone. We knew in what kind of unpainted box they were buried, how they were lowered into the grid of the earth. My great-grandpa was from Ireland, but he was named Ivan. In history, if we go back far enough, we would find the Civil War. If we went back far enough, we would find Russian furs. If we went back far enough, we would watch perfect triangles line up in the sun. My dad's really into astronomy and the History Channel. When I argue with him, I say, I can hear the Fox News in your voice. I got into Russian history in college for 2 semesters before failing everything. Now I do trivia at bars. There's a fault line no one talks about in northern Illinois. A rift in us formed in the Neo-Proterozoic era. An allocogen is a scar or weakness deep underground, but in Illinois, most of the earthquakes are too small to feel. In my northern Illinois town, population 1,200, Great-Grandpa Ivan's father had him when he was 72. Great-Grandpa Ivan died at 97. In my school, there's just one building. In my school, we never made it past World War I. Every year, history started over in a different room in the same hallway. I could not find Poland on a map, but they loved to make up stories about the Aztecs. We loved it when someone's heart was opened, as long as it wasn't ours. And my final poem is also set in a mall. Like a nice cloudy day, feels like a good day for the mall. So I was very inspired by that today. The Children's Mall. Your job, I say to my trainees, is to pilot the goddamn Santa drones that always narrowly miss the eyes of the pheromonally dancing voters lined up around Abercrombie. Abercrombie, Abercrombie, give me a baby, I sing along to the tune of Jingle Bells. When Oh Holy Night starts, the shoppers don't even change a thing about their demeanor, and that's upsetting to me, even though I feel tenderly for them. And then I think of the factories and the graves underneath us on the ground floor. Reach for me, beautiful seamstresses, up through the floor. Tell us the stories of when you too were beautiful cashiers, back in the day of your midriffs flowering, before you turned 23 and were sent to make us more puffer jackets. We shoppers think of the Christ child warming sweetly in an incubator like chicken nuggets under the heat lamp. My lunch break is interrupted by sighs. Amanda is still heartbroken. Oh, put off your heartbreak, at least until his shift is over. There are some things that can be stretched and stretched until the feeling is a mist between you. A mist as thin as that piped in cologne and Hollister, and then that sadness is easier to walk through. I love them all, says Sherry, and I do too. And Amanda stays silent, and Ty, he knows just where he was born. Over by Spencer's. We look. There's no nativity scene there anymore. It's just dusty sunglasses and lava lamp toilets. But you don't remember it anyways, Sherry says. None of us do. But that's the thing I tell them. You don't remember how you got here either. And that's it. Thank you.